Man, this movie is really good. Huh. Wish I could play this as like a video game. What the fuck is this?
Video games based on movies. The perfect promotional tool by the big guys in Hollywood. For a time, whenever a new action-packed movie got released, a game based on that movie would soon to follow. This tradition have deep roots going back to the first licensed movie game, Raiders of the Lost Ark for the Atari 2600. Wow, it's like I'm there. This trend continued on with E.T. a month later. What? Come on, I couldn't do this video without at least mentioning the video game industry killer. But games bounced back, and so did movie games. Batman Returns for the NES, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Turtles in Time for the SNES. If there is a throne for games based on movies, that throne has to be filled by Goldeneye 64's golden behind. Goldeneye 64 melted together the action-packed movie themes with great gameplay reminiscent of Doom or Wolfenstein. Also, the multiplayer mode is supposed to be great, although I have never tried it. I was born in the wrong generation, bro. The Disney games, based on their movies and TV shows, were popular in their time, and some of them are great. DuckTales is hailed as a pretty awesome game, as is the Aladdin video game. Now, they're also known for being pretty gosh darn difficult considering their video games for kids. The Lion King video game was a favorite in the Biggie household, but none of us were able to get past level 2. I am afraid it is Hereditary. Video games are both fun and the perfect delivery system for stories. Great, epic, exciting, tear-jerking stories are being delivered through this medium. Some are hailed as being the best games ever, as they manage to encapsulate both great stories within awesome gameplay. Is this the case for all games? No, of course not. Are you high? Not every game is a masterpiece. Some are straight up turds. And some of those games that we'll label as not so great are movie games. Yes, Goldeneye 64 is great, so is DuckTales. But who in their right mind thought that Superman 64 and Rambo the video game were good ideas? The Harry Potter games, especially the Deathly Hallows Part 1, is rated really poorly. And I mean, just take a gosh darn look at it. Instead of having the magic element be something special, the wands are just replacement for guns. Avada Kedavra. Avatar was a masterpiece and still is a really special piece of cinema, but the game version is right down awful to look at. Iron Man, the movie responsible for the start of the MCU and a fun-ass movie, somehow makes for an awful video game. Just so damn repetitive. God. The close-knit relationship that Hollywood and the game industry have had for many years have resulted in some truly awful games. Some games based on movies are kinda alright though. Like the Lego games have a reputation of being quite good, and the Pixar games are okay. So why are so many of these games bad? Well, first off, we gotta ask ourselves, why do these games get made? Well, they get made because movie companies want to capitalize on a new film release. Making a movie into a game is a way of promoting the film, an extra income source, a piece of merchandising. As a consequence, movie companies might not want to invest a whole lot of money into the project. Less money means fewer resources, mainly less time in development. And what you end up with is a piece of shit game that stands out like a sore thumb for all of eternity. But not every movie-based game is bad. Some older examples are The Simpsons Hit and Run and Ghostbusters. You might have noticed that in recent years, video games based on movies really ain't that bad, dog. Alien Isolation is a game based on the Alien movies. It is hailed as a great horror sneaky game, and I will never play it, so please do not ask. South Park games, alright, they might have had some blunder years around the year 2000, but they came around. South Park The Stick of Truth and South Park The Fractured Butthole are some pretty good RPG games. There have been some banger movie and TV show games, and that has partly to do with them not being direct tie-ins. These games and others are based on the original IP, without being a true copy. For example, look at Mad Max. Yes, it was released shortly after Mad Max Fury Road, but the game only takes place in the same world. It gained a lot of praise from both car enthusiasts and general vagrants alike. The Walking Dead Telltale games are another great example. No, it's not based on the show. We got another game for that. And no, the game doesn't have the same characters as the show. It's more based on the comic book series. But would this game have done as well as it did without the show also being popular at the time? Huh? Marvel's Avengers, explicitly not based on any of the movies, but still got made because the movies are popular. Friday the 13th. Plays like Dead by Daylight but with different skins. Spider-Man, a great web-slinging motherfucking game that I love ever so much. The Middle-earth games, games set in the same universe as Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings Online exists. These games are alright, they bring me joy. Games now might be based on the IP that you can find in comic books as well as the movies and TV series, but they're different. Because these games don't have to be a direct movie tie-in, game devs can spend a lot more time on them. And great games come out all the time, and I'm sure as movies don't seem to stop being made anytime soon, games based on movies will continue to be released. And no matter how bad a game is, it's never gonna be as bad as movies and TV series based on games. Yo, Resident Evil, you suck! No, I didn't mean you. Anyways, I'll go back to the couch now. Man, I'm kinda tired of this. Can I find anything else? Yo, is this Biggie Bear Boy on Twitch? That is like really cool. Man, he looks really cool. That is fucking awesome that he's like streaming sometimes. That is really cool. I really love that. That's like really cool and awesome. I should follow that guy. Yeah, I should follow that guy.